Yes. Okay. So yeah, welcome back, guys, to another stream for today. So yeah, yesterday, I did not have any stream because I am on vacation. So I just came back this morning, and then I can set up a new stream. So yeah, welcome back to another stream. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so I think what we have done yesterday, on the previous stream is we already basically rig all of the parts of the armor, but we haven't make the joints yet. But I think for today we are going to focus on the base body instead. So we will hide this armor and all of the stuffs, and then we are going to focus on this base body. So I did some progress here, made some belt, but for this one it's not yet complete. So for today I'm going to complete this belt and then try to rig uh this character. Okay, so I think without further ado, I just bring the reference here, and then let's finish this belt thingy. Yeah, this character probably the longest time, uh like it took very long time to create. I think this is the most longest character that I ever created. Okay, so I want to like make some adjustment to make sure the belt looks great from every angle. Mm, okay, so I think that's looks okay. Okay, so next I'm going to extrude this Let me make it a bit slimmer. Yeah, let's try again. Yeah, let's extrude this to the inside, like that. Yeah, I think it's not necessary to have this additional polygon, so I will delete that. And then I will make the this thingy. Probably I can just copy this. Let's try that. So copy that. Oops. Where is the copy? Here we go. And then I will place it right there. Hmm. Something like that, I guess. Yeah. So then finally we can maybe copy this. Wait, let me see the reference again. So yeah, it's somewhere around the shoulder. So yeah, we can copy this one instead. So copy that, scale it a bit, like that. Then we can add some bevel like that. Okay, yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think we forgot to make the details here, so let's make that. Let's make it sharp, then extract it to the inside. Like that. Is the thickness is the same? Let me check. Yeah, I think it's about the same. Okay, so yeah, can select this one. And pull it out a bit, like that. Okay, so let me duplicate all of this and then make a backup for this. Okay, so now yeah, basically the base body is complete. So the next step is I'm trying to rig this character. So yeah. So this one is actually, if you see the reference here, let me show you this one. So it's actually a full body suit, right? And I actually have the base body model too. So this is the base body. So as you can see, he has the barefoot hair. But yeah, pretty much the shape is the same, except it for the full suit it has these shoes. So yeah, the rig should be, you know, should be straightforward, I guess. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to select the base body here and then go to the IRP add-ins, then click on this get selected object and then hit OK. Wait, I think I missed one step. So we actually need to merge this hat to the body too. So yeah, I'm just going to do that. Let's see. Maybe I just can strip that like that. Okay, so I think we can just simply join this. Oops, I think I clicked the wrong object. So let's try again. Control J for joins. There we go. Yeah, I think we can join this eye parts too. Yeah, let's just join that. So we have this full hat and body. Okay, so I'm going to select this object and then go to the add-in once more and then hit OK. So we need to add the neck. So about there. So the neck is pretty big. Is somewhere right there, I guess. Then I can add the chin. Then add the shoulders. Add the hand tip right there. And then the another hand tip there. And then the spine root. Should be somewhere around there. Then the food. The tides. Wait a second, let's record back. Oh, so the tide is located here. Yeah, sorry guys. It should be right here. Alright here, I think. Somewhere right. Ah, fuck. Sorry. Then the knee. The elbows. Okay. Yeah, I think that should be all. Then we can click this go button. And then it will generate the rig for us. Okay, so I'm not sure why there is this thingy. Wait a sec. Did I change something that I should have not? Oh no. Yes, I did. Sorry guys. It turns out the add-in does not work as I expected. Let's see. So for some reason it regenerates the rig that I have for the armor. So which is not what I want. So yeah, I think what I'm going to go to instead is just sorry. Just going to create the rig manually. So I'm just going to add the new human armature there. And then scale it up. Then edit the reference build. Yeah, not sure why it does that thing. Okay. Let me double check if my existing rig is overridden. Okay, so this rig is safe. So this one is the new one. Let me organize the collections here. So, oops. So I will rename this to Hantz. Like that. Hit OK. Yeah, can do. Yes, so the hand's going to be a bit hard to position. Yeah, let's try. Hmm. I think should be this one, right? For the hinge. Or not. Mm, yeah, I'm not sure. Let's try. Let's just try. I think it's a bit small problem here. I think I will need to add more polygons like that. Wait a sec. Mhm. Yeah, because there's not enough polygons on the knuckles. So let's do that. Select the wrong one. Okay, so let's move on to the thumb. Yeah, I'm kinda not sure how to do the thumb. Maybe like this. Mm, yeah, maybe something like that. Okay, so we need to fix the bone folds here. So when it's rotates, it rotates correctly. Basically something like that. So we can like maybe give it 7.5. And make sure like it's aligned perfectly there. And then we can copy the rotation like that. And of course, if I choose the normal, I can also make this straight like that. Okay, let's do the same thing with this one. Okay, that's done. Let's move on to this one. Okay, move on to this one. Okay, now for the thumb, let's try to rotate and align correctly based on the mesh rotation. Then copy the roll. Okay, so we need to also to check this elbow, making sure that the IK is pointing correctly. So we can do that by adjusting the control. Okay, now same thing with this one. but the foot, I think it's already correct. Okay, so yeah, I think the bone position overall is already correct. So what's next is we can wait a second. The heels need some adjustment here, so let me put it back there. All right. Yeah, now we can go ahead and press this button. Now it will regenerate these bones basically. Yes, so what's next is, yeah, basically rig the character. Um, when using this auto rig pro add-on, we can automate the weight painting a bit by choosing the, sorry, choosing the mesh and then the boot. Then go to the skin and choose the spine button. And it will automatically try to assign the weight. But of course, there's some adjustment that we need to do manually. But overall, as you can see, it's already pretty much correct. Let's test this one. Yeah, it's also looks okay. How about the head? Yeah, it also looks great. The movement on the torso is also looks okay. How about the fingers? Let's see. Yeah, not bad. It's actually already working. I believe there's a way to automatically rotate all of this. If I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere. And I choose this again. There we go. Like this one. Okay, so the rotation for this thumb is incorrect. As you can see, it's it looking weird. Yeah, we need to fix that. Uh, but overall, I think it's already looking good. Yeah, I think we can like maybe rise the hips a bit. As you can see, the fold is kind of, I kind of want it to be a bit upper like that, because as you can see, if I see the buttocks, it's kind of stretching to the stretching to the toward below. Yeah. Yeah, so there are two things that we need to fix for now. Is the thumb, and then I think the tights. Let's check the shoulder parts too. Okay, so the shoulders kinda already working properly. We just need to adjust the weight a bit, maybe. How about the elbow? Yeah, the elbow is looking good, I guess. How about if I rise the shoulder? So, yeah, it's already good. Yeah, there's a bit incorrect with pin. As you can see, the ears kind of being affected by the shoulder. So yeah, there are two things that we need to fix. Is this thumb. Let's start with the thumb first. So yeah, we need to go ahead to the ARP again, and then edit the reference bone. So I think let's try to reset it to 0. Wait a second. I think we can also display the axis here. Okay, so the correct axis should be like this. The C is uh, pointing up, and then the X is pointing to the side. It is yeah, so this one should be like this. It rotates like that. And then we also need to raise this a bit. Maybe around this you know, intersection there. Maybe lower this part a bit. Okay. I kind of also want to adjust the knuckles a bit, because the position is not uniform. Let me see. So let's pull it back a bit. And let's try to hit the regenerate the rig. Now as you can see, the thumb is moving towards the correct direction. How about this? I think this one is manual adjustment from our side. But yeah, overall is already correct. Um, the thumb also need maybe manual adjustment on the weight too. But yeah, overall the rig is correct. Okay, so let's go ahead and adjust the weight pane. So before that, let's disable the axis and then enable the deform bones like that. Then we can select the mesh and the bones, go to weight pane, and then fix some of the weight pane. So the knee is working properly. So I think there's too much stretch on this part. Let me enable the wireframe so I can see. Or maybe we don't need to fix that. Yeah, I think it's already perfect as it is. What we need to fix is these pelvis parts. Okay. So I don't think we need this weight. So let's remove that from the influence of the leg. But it's not needed to. Like that. Yeah, this part's kind of too tense. Okay, let's try to do some extreme pose here. Mm, Okay, that's looking great. Yeah, let's fix the front here. So it's kind of a bit too much affecting the stomach part. So let's remove that. Try to rotate that again. Hmm. Do you think we need to like affect these parts too? Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Kind of pressing towards the stomach, which I don't like. Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, I think the stomach here should not affect this whole leg part. So let's remove that. And then as for the leg, it should affect some of this part. Try that again. Yeah, I think it's much more better. Like at first there's like a skin folded right there, but it's kinda in the correct way. How do I say that? Yeah, basically, yeah, I think I like this more. Maybe we can try to adjust the position of the on this of these legs. Yeah, let's try that. So I'm going to back to the setting here and then move it down a bit. Okay, how about now? I think that's too much. Let's edit it again and then raise it a bit. Mm, okay, yeah. Let's try to fix the deformation. Yeah, I think I like this. Okay, but for the buttocks, I think I need gonna want to adjust this a bit. Let's remove this. Wait. Yeah, I think I want to adjust this part. It kind of looks like a skin like being stretched. Like I didn't really like the shape there. Mm, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on that. Let's move on to the other part. So for this one, it's kind of looks okay. Like I mean, like it folds correctly. And probably we can add a bit smoothing around this part. Okay. And then about the torso. Yeah, there's a bit stretching right there. I think it's because this part. If I try to remove that, should fix that. Yeah, but yeah, let me try to do that the correct way. So the correct way should be try to make it like that, and then raise the shoulder a bit, and then select the shoulder part. So the shoulder should not affect the whole thing, so we need to remove all of this part. So it's only around this, you know, the the armpit here. And also the client wants wants some jiggle physics. So yeah, I probably need to add some bones to the chest. And also the buttocks, of course. Mm, so let's try to move the armpit here, like that. Yeah, so the shapes are this kind of bit affected, so I don't want that. Let's just clear all of these parts. Let's try to erase this again. Then fix the smoothing. That perfect. So yeah, but this this whole muscle, I think we need to fix that a bit. Mm, let's see. If I affect all of this thing. I think should goes like that if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, probably we can adjust that using sculpting, but for now I think that's good. Yeah, also I kind of worry about the muscle of the the chest there. Let's try to rotate it like this. Yes, I don't want the chest part being affected, so let me remove this weight. And also for this one too. Okay, so now it should be able to retain the shape. Okay, let's try to do that one more and make sure the paint is smooth and good. Okay, that's perfect. Looking good. Okay, yeah, let's move on to the elbow here, check if we need to do some fixing. I think this part is needs some good smoothing. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, let's move on to the wrist here. Yeah, I think it's already looking alright. So yeah, I think we can check for the head and make sure the head's only affects only the head basically. So yeah, let me separate this part into a separate selection, and then except the head I will delete all of these vertex groups. So delete all unlocked group, and then reassign all of these vertex to these head groups, and then join that again to the original piece body. Okay, so should be able to rotate the head correctly. Oh, wait, there's a bit of relapse. Let me fix it. Alright, that's pretty nice. That turns out better than I thought. Yeah, look at this big guy with all of his muscle. Like it's flexing his muscle here. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the actual suit. So actually I just copy all of this mesh except the shoe. So I think I will just select the shoe here and then duplicate the other parts. So I will mark seam, then select all of this, and then separate the object. Okay. So yeah, I think we can just copy the weight and then transfer it to the shoe. So select the base body and then go to the shoe. Actually, we need to bind the to the armature first. So Control P and then the groups, and then try to transfer the weight again. So transfer weight, choose vertex groups, nearest face interpolated, and then choose by name. Now logically I should be able to rotate like that. And also let's see how the heel works. Yeah, it works just fine. And also the the toe is rotated correctly. But how about the barefoot? I did not check for that. Let me try to check this. Go to the weight pane. Select this part. Okay, so yeah, it's not weight properly. So yeah, let's select this. Okay, so as you can see, this whole toe should not be affected by the foot bone. So I'm going to select all of this and then remove that from the toe. I mean from the foot, sorry. Yeah, sorry, my English is not that good. Okay, and then we assign this to the toe like that. Then basically try to smooth out the weight here. Like that. Same thing with the toe. Like that. Now the should be like that. Okay. Let's smooth this again. Yeah, I think it's being affected by the other part. Let me see. It should not like straight, but kind of a bit curvy. Okay, that's good. Now let's try to transfer the weight again and replace the existing weight. Like that. Then now it should rotate just fine, like the original one. Okay, so yeah, I think this one is kind of too far, right? For some reason. Let me edit the bones here. Maybe let me drag that towards and then match the again. How about this? Okay. Okay, so I need to make some small adjustment to the shoe bones. So select this, go to the weight pane. Okay, so as you can see, it's not very smooth. I think we can just simply go to weight and then smooth. There we go. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, for the shoe we have completed. Okay, so now we need to weight paint the belts here. So I think let's start with the easiest one. I think this one is much more easier. Or maybe you can just simply join all of this. Let's see. So this one actually not a mirror. Yeah, maybe let's just start one by one. So we can just focus on each of the mesh. So Control P, empty group, and then choose the base body and transfer the weight. And maybe just smooth this a bit by 0.5. But if that works, just maybe we can just transfer the weight without smoothing. It seems like it's not working properly since there's a lot of clippings there. But I think that's because the amount of vertex on the body is too much. But on the belt, it's just not there. It's not. Let's see. Maybe we can just simply add some manually like that. Or we can select these loops and then Control B and increase the loops. Something like that, I guess. Okay, now same thing with all of this. And just select these edges. Then Control P. Okay. Nope, it's not going to work. Yeah, you know what? Let's try just copy the weight without smoothing and see how it goes. Yeah, still not the result that I want. Yeah, we can use subdivision modifier properly. Let's try that. Now, obviously, there are a lot of polygons now. So if I hit apply here, it should like a tons of polygons. But yeah, I think this is the correct way to do that. Yeah, let's try to transfer to it again. Okay, let's see how it goes. Yes, you can see there's a less clippings by adding some, you know, vertex polygons. And then also working when the foot and the leg is rotated. Yeah, if you do like some extreme angles, of course there's a bit clipping. But overall, if we do like normal angle, just working just fine, I guess. Okay. So now let's try to do this part. Let's try just copy the same method, the weight pin, and then we'll transfer the weight. And let's try to rotate this thing. Yeah, the clipping is very, very annoying right here. Yeah, I think I will worry about that later. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the part that we can read easily. I think it's going to be the hair. Okay, so yeah, not sure how we can wiggle the hair because probably we can add some bones to this mustache and then just a bit bones on the on this side and the back of the hair. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to select the hair and then try to find the correct position for the mustache bone. Create a new bone, and then I will rename this to CC. I don't know. Mustache. How do I spell mustache? Mustache. Is that the correct way? I don't know. Let me find out on the Google here how to write mustache. Mustache. Yeah, I think I got it right. Yeah, mustache. Mustache. .l.c01. Then I will position it there, then extrude that, put there, and extrude again, like there, and one more time, like that. Okay, so I will bind this to the head, and then symmetrize. Okay. Yeah, while on that, maybe you can just add spring bone modifier. So spring bone, 0.1 and 5. Same thing with this one, finally this one like that, and then symmetrize again. Okay, so let's start with the mustache first. So I will just separate this and then empty groups. Yeah, let's do it manually. Should be easy. So go to the weight pin. I will enable the wireframe. Then for this one, let's see. Select all of this part and assign. This one's going to be this part. Oops. Oops. Ah. Then finally this one. Assign. And the last one. Hit assign. There you go. And I should put this correctly. But yeah, of course we need some smoothing. So let's do that by select all of this bone. Go to smooth. And increase the smoothing by maybe 5 is okay. Now it should not affect the root, so let me select all of this and remove that. Same thing with this one, remove. Okay. I think it goes correctly. Okay, now let's try to just wiggle the bone. Wait a sec. Okay, now that's a very, very, smooth mustache, if I can say that. Yeah, probably we don't need this one, so just this is fine, I guess. Let me try to wiggle it through the head. Yeah, probably wiggle too much. Yeah, I like the right one. The left one is just too much, right? The right one is kind of subtle, but okay, yeah, let's go with the right setup. So probably I will also increase the polishiness to 0.2. Or maybe we can increase the speed instead. So yeah, that's 0.75. Let's do that instead. And then I will symmetrize this. There we go. Now let's try to test it again. Yeah, as you can see, it wiggles, but not much. Like, it's very subtle, which is what I want. Maybe you can just try to test. What if I enable this one? Yeah, that's too much. Let's go back with the previous setting. Okay. Yes, so let's move on to the I think let's go with the paired. The paired. So yeah, let's separate the paired. Okay, now I'm not sure how to give this. Yeah, let's experiment. Probably just two bones, right? Like this, and then it will wiggles all of these sections. Maybe also the side, just one more like that. Mm, yeah, maybe three sections of the beard here. It should has the bones. Okay. Okay, so let's rename this to CC beard 0.01. Then this one is .l, like so, and then parent this to the head bone. And also let's set up the wiggles. 0.175. This one 85. This one. Okay, then I will symmetrize these bones. Right. Okay, so yeah, let's try to weight paint the beard here. Control P, empty groups. Okay, now it's going to be the hardest part. It's going to weight paint. So let's select these roots and then assign this part going to be these sections. Assign. Okay, nice. Now move on to this one. Let's assign that. Assign. Fine. Okay. And now let's test by rotating this part. Yeah, we are missing one polygons here. I mean, one vertex. Yeah, let's assign this. One. Well, yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I just need to smooth the painting. So you can just wait and then go to smooth all of the groups. Maybe by 10. Okay, now obviously we don't need to, we don't want the weight to affect the root of the beard here. So I'm going to select all of these vertex like that. And just select all of this one by one. Like so. Maybe I can isolate them so we can focus on the part that matters. Okay, let's move this part. Okay, now let's test this. Where is the head? There you go. Okay, now as you can see the beard wiggles a bit, which is what I want. Yeah, probably the mustache is too much. Yeah, I will take a look at that later. Yeah, for the beard it's already working pretty fine. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the other part of the hair. So I think I will just add bones here and then one more on the back side. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. Create a new bone and look at position it somewhere right there. Right, just 3 bones is already enough. Okay, so this one is going to be the root, and the other one's going to be the one that wiggles. Okay, that's perfect. And then create a new bone here. Let's rename this to CC back here. 001. There we go. Enable the wiggles. Then parent this to the head. Okay. Then symmetrize. There we go. Okay, so I think the hair is not ready for rigging because as you can see there is no volume inside it. So yeah, we need to add the volumes. So I think the easiest way is select this, all of these parts, and then duplicate and scale it down just a bit, and then we remove the vertex, that the edges that we don't need, like that. So it's much more cleaner and manageable. Then probably we can just remove the sharpness. Let's remove that, and then try to make the hair and connect it with the one that on the outside, like that. We miss one polygons here, so let's add that. Okay. Okay. Let's make this sharp. Yeah, the one that I don't really like about hair is making these parts, like make sure the hair has 3D kind of shapes by adding some volume. Which is sometimes a bit quite tedious, and I'm quite lazy to do that. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, nice. Yeah, let's see. Let me take a look. Let me just separate the head here. I want to make so I can isolate it better. Let's see. Now I can scale it down. Wait a second, that's not the correct way. Scale it down again. Yeah, just making like make the hair is actually connected to the head. And usually the technique that I use is like this, by extruding the backside and connect it to the skull. Let's do this one more time. Like that. Same thing with this one, scale it a bit. And then I can select all of the vertex. Then just make a quick smooth vertex here. So the vertex is distributed evenly. Yeah, this messed up this part. Let's restore this. There we go. Now select this one, then raise this a bit. So that should work fine. Yes, can see the caps is not there anymore. Yeah, one more thing, probably I just want to extrude this inner part. Like that, extrude, scale it down to the inside. Right. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So yeah, let's begin rigging. So Control P and empty groups. And we need to somehow rig this part. Okay, so go to wig pin. So I'm going to select this area. Oops. This area. So yeah, around this part, then I will assign this weight and probably just go to next one and then select this area like that. Yeah, weight painting needs you to be very patient. It's that. Yeah, now should able to rotate this like that. Yeah, of course we need to make some smoothing around that part, but yeah, it's already there. Now let's select this area. Where is this? Oh, there we go. Let's select this area. And now move on to this area. Sign. And finally this part. Sign. Okay, now make sure if there's no like vertex that are not width. Okay, so now the rest of them is the head. So usually what I will do is select this and hide, select this and then hide, and choose all of this, and then select the head and assign the weight. That's it. Now probably there's some part that missing, like these parts, so we need to select the vertex manually here. But yeah, the technique is kind of pretty much similar. So assign that. Oops, this one. There we go. Woohoo, that's a lot. Okay, so next I will, yeah, maybe just duplicate this and make a pickup first. And then we can make the painting smooth by put the weight smooth. And then maybe let's start with 5. Let's see. Yeah, I mean it's pretty working normally. Yeah, I think we can increase the smoothness. Let's increase this again. Nice. Yeah, I think that's good. But probably, as you can see, this area is affecting the inside of it. So yeah, let's select these spoons and I mean the vertex and remove like that. Same thing with this one. Remove, and remove. Okay, now should we go correctly? Okay, now it's finally time to test this. So go to the push mode and then start the simulation. Yeah, probably too stiff, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of already working, right? Yeah, same thing with the beard. It's also kind of a bit too stiff. Yeah, I can play around with the value, but yeah, as you can see, it's already red. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today's stream, guys. As you can see, we already basically rigged the character. But yeah, I think I will do final adjustment on this belt thingy here. I think I will do that offline later. But yeah, I think all of the part of the bodies are rigged properly. Okay, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next streams. Bye bye.